Hi everyone, welcome. In today's video I'm going to show you one of my favorite springtime activities, and it's completely free. So in today's video we're going to be pressing flowers, and I'm going to go over how I collect them as well. And all you're going to need is some scissors and a paper towel, an old jar, some heavy books, and some computer paper. And if you're new here, welcome. My name's Mina. I love to craft and I try to come out with a new video every week, so please subscribe and join us in the crafting. So what you're going to do to start to collect these beautiful flowers is you're going to want to go around your neighborhood. I recommend some public parks. So sometimes you'll just be able to pluck the flowers right off. They won't be tethered too tightly, or sometimes you'll use the scissors to add a little snip for a clean cut. The reason why I recommend the jar is so that you can just tuck them into the jar without worrying about crushing your flowers as you're walking around. We don't want to destroy any flowers or any property. We just want to take a few here and there from public places. You can also go out and buy flowers if you don't have any flowers in your area. But I found this was such a fun, great activity. It almost felt like a treasure hunt, trying to find different types of flowers and flowers that were safe to pick. And again, you just want to pick a few, and you want to use the scissors whenever you can, just so you get a nice, simple cut. Some flowers are very small and they're very easy to pluck, but otherwise I recommend using the scissors or finding some on the floor. Probably carry around a jar and scissors for the future because you'll never know what you're going to find. So this is everything I found today. Let me show you guys. So POV, you're my friend, and I'm showing you all the cute flowers I found on my walk. These are my favorite. They look like little bells. So cute. I didn't pick a tulip because those are very pretty and expensive, but that one was on the floor and I wanted to see what would happen if I pressed it. These are so cute. So to press your flowers, you're going to need a few sheets of computer paper, and you want to think of this process as like a flower arrangement. However you press these flowers in is how they're going to stay. How you arrange them on the sheet though doesn't really matter. Something that I like to do though is I like to categorize them by color. So this sheet is going to have all of my purple, pink, and kind of lighter colored flowers. So with the computer paper, again, you want to make sure you have 2 to 3 sheets underneath the layer of flowers and then 2 to 3 sheets on top. And you want to do that for each panel of flowers just to make sure you don't ruin any of your books and so you get a nice even press. The paper towel is there just in case you have a bigger flower and you want to maybe counteract some of the moisture by putting some paper towels in between your layers. I realized I hadn't pressed flowers in such a long time, but this was just such a beautiful activity, a beautiful reminder of spring, of new beginnings, and I'm definitely going to continue this collection. So I'm going to be marking where I found all of these flowers, like what time, what day, where I was. And it'll be great, as if I ever travel and I'm able to press a few flowers in my passport or something, I definitely want to add to my collection. And sometimes there were even some really pretty leaves, so make sure you press some leaves every once in a while. That adds some really nice textures to your collection. And another component to this activity is identifying the flowers. Obviously there are a ton of apps, but if you know me or you've watched any of my videos before, you know I'm very old-fashioned, so I'm going to try to identify these flowers without using an app or the internet. So I did find some flower cards and flower books. So since I'm doing the voiceover right now, I can tell you how this tulip ended up, which was not great. It was too much water in the flower, and so it did mold a little bit. So I recommend maybe cutting the flower in half, removing half of the petals and then using a paper towel to suck up some of the moisture over the computer paper. That or using some silica gel, which I've seen some people do. We'll wait 10 days for best results, and voila, here they are. I ended up using 3 books in total just to really put as much weight as I could, and I didn't disturb them for 10 days. As you can see, the pansies held really well, which I was shocked. I did not think those were going to hold so well because they're such a big flower. But the color retention was beautiful. It was great. And oh my gosh, guys, I'm just so happy with how these came out. These are so beautiful and small and thin, and I just had so much fun. So now the thing is, how am I going to store all of these flowers? So like I mentioned before, I'm going to start collecting these. So to make my collection, or to like house this collection, I'm actually going to be placing them in a book that I bound, and I'm going to be laminating them to see how that works. So some of y'all expressed interest in one of my older videos about bookbinding. So here is a reminder to go ahead and find an old book in your house that you're probably not going to read again. Or if you want to go to the thrift store, this is a great way to recycle and reuse books. Books that maybe would not have been read by someone else for a very long time. So for this activity, go ahead and, I also wanted to share, see, these are some of the scans of the flowers that I collected. I just thought it would be fun to scan them, not necessary at all. So again, to bind the book, you don't have to use this book for flowers. You can do this for any kind of project, but you will need a hardcover book, which I've selected this one here. I found it off eBay. There are tons of them in print, so I don't feel too guilty about taking the pages, but I will be preserving the text. Otherwise, if you want to just go to your thrift store, if you have an old book lying around that you don't think you'll read for a while, highly recommend this. This is a great way to breathe life into some beautiful books that might not have been opened again. Otherwise, if you don't want to take apart a book, I'll be showing you how to make a book from scratch, so stay tuned for that tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope to see you in the next one.